My name is Miss Sara, and today I'm going to teach you how to play 5 different animal-themed games. The first game I'm going to tell you about is called Escargot. This game is similar to hopscotch. Escargot is the French word for snail, and it's called that because the shape of the game looks like a snail shell. To play this game, you'll need chalk, players, and a safe flat surface. First, you need to draw a game board. Draw a circle with your chalk and write home in it. This will be the middle of your snail shell. Next, draw a spiraling circle starting at the home circle and going bigger and bigger. You're going to divide up the spiral into sections, and you'll need at least 10, so be sure to make your spiral big enough to have at least that many. You can make it as big as you want, but just know that the bigger it is, the harder the game is to play. Now, starting at the outer edge, number each section starting with 1. I got 11 sections in mine. Now you're ready to play. Decide who goes first, and that player has to hop on one foot from number 1 all the way through the numbers to the home circle without putting their other foot down or stepping on a line. If you do either of those things, you're out, and the next player goes. Once you're home, you can put your other foot down, but then you need to hop back out of the spiral on one foot again. If you do that successfully, you get to pick any section and put your initials in it. Then the next player who goes has to hop over your section. As people take their turn, they have to make sure to hop over other sections, but they can rest in their own sections and in the home circle. At some point, so many boxes have other people's initials in them that it's impossible to play the game anymore. At that point, whoever has the most sections is the winner. The next game I'm going to tell you about is an old game that kids have played for a long time. It's called Doggy, Doggy, Where's Your Bone? To play this game, you'll need players and something to be the dog bone that you can easily hide behind your back, like a marker or a ball or a small toy. Have the players sit in a circle with one player in the middle. That player is the doggy, and they have to close their eyes while the other players pass around the dog bone. While you're passing it, say the rhyme, Doggy, doggy, where's your bone? Somebody stole it from your home. Guess who? Maybe you. Maybe the monkeys from the zoo. Wake up, doggy, find your bone. Before you tell the doggy to wake up, make sure someone has the dog bone hidden behind their back and that everybody has their hands behind their backs to try to trick the dog. When you finish saying the rhyme and doggy opens their eyes, they get one guess as to who they think has the bone. Now, you can play this game 2 ways. You can either take turns being dog, whether the doggy guesses right or not, or you can play it where it matters if the dog guesses right or not. If the doggy guesses wrong, they have to close their eyes and you do the rhyme and pass the bone again, but if they guess right, then the person who had the bone is the next doggy. The name of this game is Animal Reverse Charades. In regular charades, one person acts out the clue while the rest of their team tries to guess. In reverse charades, one person is the guesser and their team is the one acting out the clue. To play this game, you will need some clue cards and several players. If you want to make this game pretty easy, your clue cards can be animals that are easy to act out, like a dog, cat, or a monkey. If you want a little more challenge, go for harder animals like anteater, flamingo, or squirrel. If you really want a challenge, make your clues be animals doing human things. So instead of cat, you could say cat chef. Here are some other examples of harder clues. To play reverse charades, have one person be the guesser. They can't see the clue card. Show the clue card to your teammates and let them act out what the card says. If the guesser guesses correctly, quickly move on to the next clue. The team who gets the most correct wins. This game is a fun way to use your imagination and be silly. It's called Create an Animal. You'll need paper, scissors, and something to draw with. On each piece of paper, draw a side view of one animal. It can be as simple or as detailed as you want it. Here we have a drawing of a shark. Another animal that would be good for this game is an elephant. And another animal you could try is a dog. All these animals have tails and recognizable heads, which makes them good choices for this game. Now we're going to take these drawings and cut them in half so we have a head part and a tail or end part. Here's where the silliness comes in. Combine the heads and tails in different ways to make a whole new animal. So if I put the head of a shark with the end of a dog, do I now have a shog? Or what about the head of an elephant with the body of a dog? Is it a log? Or here's one for you. The head of a dog with the tail of a goose. A deuce? And finally, there's a goose head with an elephant's end, and that makes a gooliphant. If you're like me and drawing isn't your best talent, you could also find pictures of animals in magazines or coloring books and use those instead. Play around with these and have fun coming up with crazy new animal combinations. This last game is a funny and fun game to play with your friends and family. To play this game, you'll need a piece of paper for each player, something to draw with, and at least 3 players. For 3 players, each person folds their paper into 3 sections. If you have more players, you can either split up into groups of 3 or divide your paper into more sections. Sit around a table or in a circle and make sure no one looks at each other's paper. To start, draw an animal head in the top section of the paper. You could also turn this into a creature or monster game and draw that instead. Make sure to extend the bottom lines of your drawing just a little bit down into the next section. This will help the next person know where to start drawing. Now fold your drawing back so the next person can't see it, and then everyone passes their papers to the next person in the circle. That person starts drawing the body of the animal using the little pieces of lines that you left them. When everyone's done, fold that part back too and pass your papers around again. The last person will use the little line pieces from the body section to draw the legs or tail of an animal. Finish and pass the papers around again back to the person who started that picture. Open them up all the way and see what kind of crazy, silly creatures you've come up with. I hope you've enjoyed learning how to play some animal games. If it's okay with your grown-up, share some pictures from playing these or other animal games in the comments below. Have fun, and thanks for watching.